Well, I want to talk to some people today. I want to talk to everybody, really. This will be our YouTube entry for today. I want to say something to the Shields family, and I want to say something to people in general because this may be going on with you. But I think it needs to be said because, this may be similar to what you're going through. But I want you to know that I love you all. I honestly do. And yes, I have been sad because I haven't been able to see you or be with you because of the circumstances. Your mom is really scared right now. She's thinking the worst, and she's just being a parent, just like your dad, and just being in super hiatus protective mode because they're really freaking out. But there's no reason for that. I can tell you that for sure. But I think a lot of it's overreaction. But yes, I admitted what I did was wrong, and I asked for forgiveness, and I got it. You know, all the children have forgiven me, and all the children do love me. They told my mother that, and they want me back in their family. They told my mother all that. So, even though you all say one thing, what their actions are showing, what they've been demonstrating is showing another. Because they truly have forgiven me. The question is, why, Sean, can't you truly forgive me? You say you do, but you don't. Your actions, your attitude do not show or reflect that. You're still hanging around with Barbara Poe over here. You're bringing your daughter over here, and even Jeremy and Stephen. I've seen them over here with the last couple of weeks. Sneaking them over here at night, and it's a big secret, but really it's not a secret because everybody knows they're here, and even I do. But the thing is, I don't understand why you're doing this. I don't know why you're consulting with the enemy, because she is the enemy. And I know in your mind, you think she's got some other angle to the story, or like I had some kind of agenda when you really was you that had the agenda, because it looked like to me, because you went over to her side and just threw me out of the picture and sold me over to the wolves. And you're still talking to her, and you're bringing your kids over there, and they don't even want to come over there. I've heard them say that many times. I've heard your daughter Beth Ann over here crying. She don't want to be over there. She wants to come over here to see me. Now, why does she want to see me? Yeah, she loves me. I've heard her say that too. But the thing is, I know she's a minor. I'm not going to do that. I won't do that with her, anything wrong or inappropriate. I don't know why you're acting crazy. But the thing is, I do know that what you're doing is wrong because the kids disagree with it. All of them do. And you wonder why, Beth Ann doesn't say anything to you. Why your boys don't say much to you. This is why. Because they're not in agreement with your decision. And they know that what you did was wrong. And it is wrong. Because you're not really showing forgiveness. You talk about forgiveness a lot over at your house. I listen to you in your Bible studies and all. And you preach and you say all this stuff. But when it comes to it, you don't really do it. And, it don't appear that way. And then you go and talk to my neighbor across the hallway, and then you get your kids going over there, and they don't even like going over there again. I'll say that again because they don't. And you still associate with the enemy because she is the enemy. And she is talking to the landlord over here. I want you to know that she is. And she is sharing information with other people in the neighborhood here. As a matter of fact, Danny, or who I call Dummy, was walking around yesterday following me on foot because I heard him dragging his foot, and I turned around, there he was with his phone trying to record me because I walk and sing, and I was singing the song, and it really wasn't singing anything in particular, just singing a song, and he was following me around like they're trying to construe it to make it into something that it's not. And that's what he did. And he was up here showing Barbara the video, and he was sitting in there laughing like he thought he had something. And then I turned around and said something to him. You need to go back home. Right when I said something, that dragon foot, disappeared. I never seen him run across the parking lot so fast in my life over to this building where I'm at. But, that's the newest thing that they've been doing. He's walking around following me on foot, trying to record me with his cell phone on video tape. What the law says, you can videotape somebody out in public, but you're not supposed to stalk people and follow them and tape them like that. That's going against the law. Even the cops said, yeah, you're not allowed to follow people and stalk them, but you can tape people publicly, but you can't be walking behind them and taping them because that's actually breaking the law. And so I told the cop that's what he was doing. And he said, yeah, that's breaking the law because it's sort of stalking. That kind of goes in the realm of stalking, and that is what's defined in the law. So that's what Danny was doing last night. And then when I said something to him, it's like all his dragging foot disappeared. He walks around and he acts like he's in a lot of pain, and he's got a lot of medication in there. Yeah, he's taking it, but he definitely is a fuller, because boy, that stuff disappeared. I never seen him do a sprint. It looked like a marathon. I mean, he ran, man. He ran so fast. When I said something to him, you need to go back to your apartment real loud. Oh, he hauled butt over here real fast, and that limping went away. That act went away. It was just totally gone. So I'm going to fix him. I'm going to take care of that on Monday, and talk to some people and get an investigation on him, because I think he's cheating the government, and I think he's pulling a scam because he don't want to work. If he's able to follow me around and make up lies and scrutinize and do all that, then he should be working somewhere, because he's still got some years of work left in him, and he ought to be out there working, doing something, instead of wasting a lot of time with an idle mind in a workshop. It's a devil workshop. So I think he needs to be doing something like that, working. Because if he can walk around and follow me around, then he don't need to be here, and he don't need to be on SSI, and he don't need to be getting any benefits. So he ought to be in there working. That's the whole point right there. So we're going to make some calls on Monday to get this remedied here, because of that incident. And then he was up here showing Barbara the video, and he was in there laughing, thinking he had something, and thought it was funny. And Barbara and they're in there laughing and giggling, because they're both buddies and lovers. He's been overnight, spending the night over, sleeping over her house a few times too over the past couple months. So it's been going on since last summer, and they're buddies. So, talk on the phone and stuff. And I seen him going in and out of her apartment, Yet he's got a real bad foot. He can't come upstairs. But yet he's always outside my apartment early in the morning, walking around, going up and down the stairs, creeping around like normal. Like no handicap, no disability, out there sneaking around, walking around, and he's just sneaking around like a cat, trying to hear what's going on. Yeah. And it looked like no disability at all. Yeah, because I've seen that. I've got that on tape. So, it's pretty neat how he's pulling this scam. But we're going to get to the bottom of it on Monday. But the thing is, like what I'm saying is, but I just want to let you know that's the newest stunt that Barbara and the Danny team has pulled. So they are up to no good. And, I also know that your daughter has been seen, in the past. She didn't go over there last night. But I can tell you that Beth Ann's gone over to his place about 12 times since she's been here. And I recorded 4 of those times of her entering his place and going out 4 times of the 12. So the thing is, yeah, she has been over his place. I don't know why. While she was in Barbara's care, that's why she shouldn't be coming over here. Okay, because Barbara is not a good person. She's not a level person herself. She can't even take care of her own grandchild. Because her granddaughter came into my apartment when she fell asleep, and she came in here, and she was not supervised. And then she made a story up saying I did something to her granddaughter, and that's what she told Sean. Because that's what Sean was looking for anyway, to have an excuse, just to have a convenient excuse to support her, suspicions. And that's why that happened like that. And that's why they're buddies. Well, that's what I heard. Well, I hear a lot of things about you all too, but I don't believe it because I know it ain't true. So, a lot of good things I hear that are good, that are true, and I hear some bad things too, but I know they're not true. So I don't believe what I hear, especially when I know it's gossip, and what you're hearing from this lady is gossip. So she tells you things. She'll call up and say, that Beth Ann's been over here sometimes, because I've heard her on the phone, and Beth Ann didn't even come here. But she'll say she did, and call you up and say false information, and then get you all upset. And she didn't come over here. So I know she's done that too several times. So what I'm trying to tell you, you need to stop talking to this person. It's like I've warned you before you decide to do this brainiac, genius kind of plan, or chess kind of plan. It seemed like it didn't go in your favor, because what I'm telling you is coming true about Barbara. The prophecies are being revealed about her. She doesn't care about your children one way or the other, and she's not a good person. She doesn't even know God, and you're associating with a heathen, You know, somebody that's outside of Christ don't even have no belief in Christ whatsoever. Her agenda is not about Christ. Her agenda is just getting information on you and on your family and on me so she can use it against us and against you to cause trouble. That's why I said leave her alone. Don't talk to her. Don't approach her. That's why I don't talk to her, because that's the reason why. So, if you want to keep doing this charade and, eventually she's going to call social services on you and turn your children in, then keep going over there. Keep sending them over there, because she will do it. I heard her talking about it. I heard her talking about it the first time when they started coming over here. She was talking to some people about it on the phone. So I know she will do it. And I'm just trying to protect you, because it's the truth. I'm not lying. I actually heard her saying it. Talking to some people about it. So I want you to know, I'm telling you the truth. This girl is two-faced, and she cannot be trusted. You subject your children to her, and that was wrong, too. And all she's doing is trying to get Beth Ann to say stuff, about me or about other things, and it's really none of her business. So what I'm trying to tell you is you need to stop, bringing her over here. Because if you bring her over here and you talk, we work things out, she comes over here to see me, that's a different story. But being over there with Barbara and Danny, association with him and what happened there, that's bad too. So what I'm saying is you just need to stop talking to her. Because like I said, she's at risk when she's over here. She's at risk. So, but what I'm trying to tell you, you can believe what you want to believe, but I do care about your kids a great deal. But this girl is not a good, because she lies and makes up a lot of stuff. And I know when your daughter went over to Danny, she didn't go over there because she wanted to. She was up. She appeared out of the 4 times I saw her on tape. She didn't want to go there at all, and she was upset, and she was crying, and she really wasn't doing it because she wanted to. I think she was tricked and talked to, and she was probably doing it because she was trying to protect me, and really it was just a lie, just so that she could go over there so he could do something with her, and because that's the kind of person he is. I mean, he's touched 5 women here in this complex, that 5 women have said to me in confidence here in this complex that he's touched them inappropriately. So I think, the slogan, what I've heard, is that he'll do it to anything that walks that'll give him the time of the day. And that's all the more reason that I don't want him around your daughter. And that's all the more reason why she shouldn't be coming here unless we work things out. That's the whole reason. He's a creep. I think he messes with any person. It doesn't matter what age they are. Even if they're underage, he don't care. And that's what a true predator is, by definition. Because there's 5 women that, to date, that I know have come to me to talk to me in confidence. That he's touched them inappropriately in their apartment. But they're too scared to go and tell the landlord because they're afraid that he might retaliate. And that's really the truth about that. So, like I said, something happened. Just like a few weeks ago, I heard a big argument out in the hallway. Danny yelled out there saying, "I didn't touch her! I didn't do nothing to her!" Real loud downstairs. That was like last week. And I know you were asking questions, and Beth Ann was out there crying. She's saying, well, why is she crying? Why did she say you did something to her? And then he said, he got real loud and said that. And that's what I'm saying. Barbara's also at fault too, because she allowed her to go over there. She wasn't sneaking out to come see me. And even if she were, I would have called you to let her she was here, but she never came over to my place. If Barbara told you that, that's not what happened. She lied to you. Barbara had full knowledge. She let her go over there, and then she let her in, and was talking to her. She wasn't mad or anything. So it's like it was prearranged. And it went on for about 12 times. So, you can believe what you want, but Beth Ann is the victim here. She did not do nothing wrong. She wasn't doing it because she wanted to. She kept saying, I don't want to be here. I want to see Michael. I want to be I want to see Michael. I don't want to be here. I heard her say that. She says, I want to see Michael. And that's what she did say. And the thing is, you know, she just wants to talk to me, you know. And then I heard her say in the hallway one time, she says, why are you always trying to talk to me about doing something sexual with you? I don't want to do anything with you. You know, I just want to see Michael. I want to talk to Michael. I don't want to be here. I want to go to Michael and see him. And that's what I heard out in the hallway. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You know, you're dealing with these people that when you have your daughter, your kids over there, they're not really in the best care and they're not really being looked out for properly. So, you know, you can keep believing what she tells you and think she's the authority and that she's telling you everything right, but I'm telling you she's not. She's lying. She lies a lot, and she had something agreed with Danny, and that's why, you know, Danny had some access to your daughter that he should have never had access from the get-go, because something they had agreed upon, because I saw her going out of the apartment and going down there and going in there and coming back out 2 or 3 hours later. Come back up to her apartment when they were, you know, when she was staying over here. You know, and of course that didn't happen recently, but it did happen over the summer. And it did happen, you know, before school ended, when they all started coming over here. And when Beth Ann was here, a lot of times by herself. You know, it happened about 12 times. And I got 4 of the times on tape. Just her walking from the apartment. I was across the building 5, and I was out there the whole time watching. So, you know, she left the apartment, came back 2 or 3 or 4 hours later. So, and going back into Barbara's apartment. So, like I'm saying, you know, I don't know what was going on there, but, you know, you put your daughter in this lady's hands, and I think it was a bad move from the get-go, because there was something that Barbara and Danny had agreed on. They had some kind of agreement there. That's why that happened. It should not have happened, but it did. And that's a true predator right there. If you want to know what predator is, that's a predator right there. So, take it or leave it. But anyway, that's what really happened. To say the least, I never did anything of that such at all to your daughter. So, you know, you can take it or leave it, but that's the truth, and I am telling the truth. But the thing is, like I said, you know, if you read people well, you would have got to know Barbara Poe a lot more before you decide to bring her over here to have her, you know, help, you know, surrogate her or take care of her for you, because you can't handle her at your house, so you send her over here. Well, I think the whole idea is, instead of send her over to somebody that is not really looking out for her best interest, I think what you should do is try to talk to her and talk to me and bring me back in your family. Give me another chance, and we can work this out together. I think it's the best interest, and I think it's the best interest for everybody involved, and even for your daughter, because they all forgive me. I have been forgiven. You know, I admitted my faults, you know, and I have changed, and I think we can do this. I think it's been long enough, and I think that's why kids are being the way they're acting. But, you know, like I said, when I heard all that ruckus out there and I heard all that noise last week, when Charlie was out there and Danny was out there yelling at the top of his lungs that he didn't, you know, do something to her. Well, if he didn't do nothing to her, then why was he yelling like that? And why was she saying that he did? Is she saying that Beth Ann lied? Because I don't think she lied at all. I think he really did do something to her. Because that's really the truth. So, that's what I'm trying to say, and she's crying and all. I think she's telling the truth. Because you know, like I said, I've seen her going in and out of there 4 to 12 times. So out of his apartment, seen him, you know, she knocked on the door and he opened the door and like pulled her in. I don't know what all that was about. I saw that too. So that's what I'm saying. You know, there's something going on. There was something there going on. And Beth Ann really didn't want to do that, but she had to because she was scared, and she was, I guess, maybe trying to look out for me, maybe. But they twisted her and tricked her. And then sometimes Danny went over there to pick her up at night a couple of times. And that's what I found out. And she was seen getting into his car early in the morning to bring her back the next day a few times. She didn't go over to Barbara's at all. She just went over to his house, to his apartment. So I don't know what that's about either. So, like I said, are you sure you know how to read people well, Sean? Because I don't think you do. I'm really concerned. But like I'm saying, all that, we need to focus on the present. And we need to, work on this stuff. And we need to come back together because we need each other and we love each other. And that's what it's really all about. So, take it or leave it. But anyway, you know what to do. Give me a call. Talk to me. It's just like, people have differences and disagreements in doctrine. People are allowed to have differences. People don't always agree on everything because nobody ever does. But, but what I'm saying is, it's just, but what I'm saying is, it happens. So, you just have to love people and respect them, even if they don't always agree with you, even if it's a family member of any kind, you just have to respect them and pray for them. That's all you can really do. And you can't force somebody, your beliefs on them and make them change to see your light or your ways, because if they believe differently, you have to respect that. Because sometimes you can't do that. You have to let the Holy Spirit do that. Because the Holy Spirit is what really helps people to learn about the Bible anyway. And, and it's really true. So what I'm saying is, you have to allow God to do His work and allow Him to do His interceding when you come and you talk to someone about doctrinal issues. And if you have done that and we weren't successful, it's because maybe it's just not time for that to happen. Or maybe you are really wrong in what you believe, possibly. And you might be. You might be convinced and think you're right, but you may be wrong. Because, you do have some beliefs that are questionable that I didn't agree with, but I didn't make a big scene or do the big face like you do. Like when I said something you didn't agree with, you put on a big display in front of all the kids and all, disapproval and everything. But I never showed that, even though I didn't agree with some stuff. I never showed that. I never caused the problem or made a big outburst upstairs to Charlie saying, well, I can't believe he said that stuff. How he's saying all this stuff against us and trying to convince our kids about stuff. And I wasn't even doing that at all. It's just I have differences in belief, just like you all have differences in belief. But I wasn't trying to do that. That's the way you interpreted it. But anyway, but I hope this helps you, and hopefully you can work things with your children, because if you want to have a relationship with your daughter Beth Ann better, and you want to have it with the boys, and you want them to tell you more stuff, then I think the best thing to do is to bring us all. We all need to come together and talk, and we need to, be together, and I think that'll help out a lot of things, and I think it'll be better for your daughter and also for your boys, because they all love me and they want me back in the family, and that's the truth. So, take it or leave it. Keep doing it your way, but it doesn't look like your way is really working. So keep up that way, and you won't have no relationship with your children when they grow up, Sean. I'll see you later, and I hope this helps. Take care.